Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hyperconscious Podcast. Alan, what is hyperconscious?
Once you understand why something is the way that it is, now you have the power to change it. Great conversations with great people and great questions are the keys to the kingdom of unlocking your consciousness.
Every single action that you do starts as a thought. When you control the way you think, you will control the way you act, and you will control the way you live. That is hyperconscious. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hyperconscious Podcast is proudly sponsored by our friend and mentor, David Meltzer of the Playbook Podcast. He was kind enough to join us on episode 144 and 135.
Folks, it has become Kevin and I's mission in life to help you realize that the life of your dreams is right on the other side of you becoming the greatest version of yourself. Let us help you do that.
I rarely do these things twice in such a short amount of time, but you guys impress me. I believe in people that provide value and of our service. You two guys are on your way to huge fulfillment, purpose, and profitability, and I look forward to helping you both.
We appreciate that more than you know. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of the Hyperconscious Podcast. We hope you enjoyed our latest Scratching the Surface episode where Alan and I sat down and talked all about one of our fundamentals and our favorites, the Drive to 5. I lied to you. That is not what we did before this. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of the Hyperconscious Podcast. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode where Alan and I were lucky enough to chat with Mr. Jesse LeBeau. Today, we are going to do a 5-minute clinic on the word belief.
So this is actually so last Friday, we did an episode on the Drive to 5.
A great what?
A great segue.
Oh, you just said,
I know.
This is actually going to be a great, and then just went into
And then I just went into it. Thank you for calling me out on that.
I just had to make sure.
So on Friday, we did an episode on the Drive to 5, which was all about having too much self-belief where you're delusional versus not enough self-belief to take action. This is going to be about belief. But first, you're going to want to go to the hyperconsciouspodcast.com and click on join #HyperconsciousNation.
Yep.
It is growing.
Yep.
I think we're up to 117 members now, which is huge. And everybody in that community is all about growth and dreams and goals and living the life.
Also, speaking of believe, some would say that Evan Carmichael, that is his one word. And
right.
Speaking of Evan Carmichael, he is going to be speaking with us September 7th at the Margaritaville Resort in Hollywood Beach, Florida, alongside Eddie Pinero, Terrence McMahon, Chantel Adams, Phil Krizmanich, and Wade Waddick.
I realized reviewing the latest reps that we have not been saying the URL. YourWorldWithinLive.com.
That's not it anymore.
It is. There's two of them. There's two of them. And they both work.
Okay.
They both work.
Okay.
So you can do YWWLive.com or you can do YourWorldWithinLive.com. Both landing pages will get you to BOGO tickets, by the way. Early bird special. If you go now, you'll basically click on the link and you'll be able to register and you'll get to bring a friend for free. No one wants to go to networking events alone.
No.
You want to bring someone who's hyperconscious.
Yeah.
Fire. Okay. All right.
No, guys, really, we talked about this in the last couple episodes. Networking events changed my life more than almost anything. Networking events and mentors are something that you need to continuously keep your eye on because they help you skip steps. They either give you the kick in the ass that you need, or maybe it's the belief that you need in yourself that you're far more capable than what you are presenting. So we cannot wait to meet you guys. This is something that's very near and dear to our heart, and we're really focused on speaking. We want to double down on speaking.
I remember when we first podcasted with Terrence McMahon, he's a multimillionaire and he believed in Kevin.
Yeah.
And that really helped Kevin up his self-belief.
Yeah.
So anyways, before we waste this whole episode on promos
we
here.
gotta go. Have a good one.
5-minute clinic on belief. Thank you for hanging in there with us. Okay. Number one, we were just in Toronto with Evan Carmichael, and he told us that the biggest mindset block that we all have is that we don't believe in our one word enough. Question for Kevin. What was your take on that? And how can we go deeper with the listeners on this episode regarding your resilience of the past versus your resilience now?
My goodness, man. Question, tell me what you think about this. Is that Destiny's a Child?
Yes,
Destiny's
I believe
Child?
so.
Jeez. If you're listening to
I'm way
this
too confident in
and
that.
you're 17 years old, you don't even know what I'm talking about, probably, because I'm old.
We were talking about this in the car earlier. Basically, your level of resilience now needs to be so much more. Yeah, can we go into that?
Basically, we'll use an analogy. If you're a good ice skater when you're 14 years old, you're comparing yourself to the other 14-year-old ice skaters that you're skating with.
Right.
If you're a great Olympic-level ice skater, you are 1,000 times better than you were when you were 14. So me being resilient while we're recording one episode a week, while I don't have any coaching calls, while we're not traveling, while we don't have a website, while we don't have masterminds, while we don't have mentors, while we don't have
an event.
Speeches,
right.
It's easy to be resilient when your level of resilience has to be a 1.
Right.
Now, as you level up and as you become more of a diamond and you become more polished, so your skills have to match that, right? So my level of resilience has to come up. Now that we're doing 4 episodes a week, I have 5 clients. We are doing speeches. We are traveling. We have 5 masterminds we do every week. I have a girlfriend. All of these things now. My level of resilience has to be so much higher, just baseline.
So to bring this back to belief, the real point that I wanted to make with this question is this, and that was absolute fire answer.
Appreciate that.
Evan Carmichael told Kevin that your belief in your own resilience needs to be higher in order for you to keep growing.
Yeah.
So we were in the
Sliding
car
scale.
earlier. Sliding scale,
sliding
some
scale.
would say.
Some would say a sliding scale.
Inside jokes. So, although most of the listeners are in on that one.
Yeah.
We were on our way to Mickey D's earlier.
No, nope,
no
not
judgment.
me, not me.
Not you. And Kevin was saying that it's unbelievable. Like he's under a lot of pressure. And I said, remember your level of resilience, man. Remember what Evan told you. So if you're out there right now, whatever that unique gift that you have is, I want you to think about what that thing is. Believe in that even more. For me, Evan got me to step my belief up on my legacy. And I really connected it to if I believe in the legacy I could have even more, it's going to force me to grow so much.
I second that. Strong answer.
Right.
I answered the question, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have another question for Kevin.
Sure.
What is belief to you, and how do you leverage it every single day? How do you make sure you keep believing in yourself?
Belief to me is the ability to chase down something that you cannot yet see. I think that and
Give
faith.
an example. Right.
Speeches, man. At one point, did I ever believe? Did I ever know I would step on stage? No, I believed that I was capable of it, and then the opportunity eventually presented itself, and I was there to capture it.
What's an example of something in your life right now that would never be if you didn't believe it first?
All of this, man.
All of it.
I can't. I literally can't say that enough.
Right.
Guys, none of this would exist. I'd probably be in, what's today? Wednesday? Whatever day you're listening to this, so it's going to be Monday. I would be on my way to New Jersey right now to crawl through a dirty, dusty attic. That's what I would be doing if I didn't.
Dead birds and spiders.
Dead birds and spiders and asbestos. Yeah, man. Seriously, mesothelioma.
Not okay.
That's what I would be doing if I didn't have the belief. I did a post, or I did a live video in Hyperconscious Nation the other day about, I know Alan and I talk a lot about chasing your dreams. And if you don't feel like you have your dreams, if you don't feel like you've found your passion or your purpose, don't let that scare you away. Because
Right.
for 26 years of my life, I didn't think I had dreams. I didn't believe in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I know exactly what that feels like. It's a scary feeling. But that's why I always say, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Can you give a more tangible example for the listeners right now of something in your life right now that you just recently started believing in?
Oh, I feel like that's an easy one. My career as a speaker.
That's awesome.
Like we said this in the last episode and in this one, Alan and I are going to be speaking on the same stage as Evan Carmichael.
Right.
I remember when we first interviewed him, we were blown away. He called us 5 minutes early.
Right.
We were freaking out. He stayed on the phone instead of 20 minutes. He stayed for an hour.
I know.
That was literally a dream. I'll be honest and upfront. I never once thought before this that I'd speak on the same stage as Evan Carmichael. Ever. I had a belief that I could be a successful speaker.
Right.
But I never envisioned that.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
When we started this, I believed I could be a good podcaster. I never envisioned 200 episodes. It's only because I believed. I believed so much that I don't even think about it anymore.
What's the thing you said on stage about, I don't know the chances of you winning or succeeding, but I know there's 0% if you don't try?
Yeah, I think that's... I cannot promise you if you go out today and try something, you'll succeed. But I can promise you if you don't go out and try, you'll fail. And that's it.
By default.
Yeah, because you're not doing it.
There's a great quote by J.K. Rowling, and then we got to go here. She basically said, "You may never fail on the scale that I did, but some failure in life is inevitable. Unless you live so cautiously, in which case you never even try, in which case you fail by default."
Yeah.
That was her Harvard commencement address. Like, she was rejected by 12 publishers before she got Harry Potter published. Honestly, belief is the root of all fruit. I'm calling it, man. Like, if you don't believe, you're never going to do it. Like, I told Kevin before this episode that I wanted to say this, so we'll say this and then we'll go. At one point, there was just people riding horses, and somebody believed in a car.
That's me riding a horse.
And Kevin's riding a horse right now. When there was just cars, someone believed in a plane. When there was only cars.
That's a plane. I'm just going to do the sound effects.
Perfect.
What's next?
And then someone believed in going to space when there was only planes.
I don't have a sound effect for that.
And, like, what are we imagining now that isn't real? Like, at all things around you right now. Look around your room or your car or wherever. If you're driving, look at the road. All of those things at one point were in someone's imagination, and someone had to believe enough to try. Like, boom. That's all I have to say, man.
I just do want to reiterate, I know I was making funnies during that, but that is, like, you and I could have the same exact idea. And if I don't believe in it, it will never happen for me.
Whoever believes in it more
is going to succeed.
Is going to win.
Yeah.
Every time.
So if you're lacking belief, you have to figure out why that is to start, but I think that's the most important thing. That has been the biggest game changer for me. I might have had all the talent or all the, what's the word I'm looking for? Potential in the world.
Potential.
But potential without belief is just potential. And you really have to turn it into something. So I challenge you to stretch your belief and get out of your comfort zone and prove to yourself that you're more capable than you are currently showing. I think that we're all capable of far more than we're demonstrating, and I think if you don't believe in yourself, get around somebody who does. Hire somebody who will help you believe in yourself, whatever it takes, because getting some belief will change your life more than anything.
The difference between this Kevin and the Kevin who didn't believe in himself before, like, all of that started with him believing in himself and other people believing in him, and then him taking action to prove that. It's fire. I feel compelled to read one thing. It's one card. It takes 2 seconds. So this is my mission statement. I have this signed, and belief is one of my favorite words in the world. Okay. I want to inject belief, so here we go. To create a world-class online marketplace where anyone can access and attain the education that they need to believe in their own ability to make a positive difference in the world and to construct a brighter future on their own terms. Whatever it is you have in your imagination, like, your belief in your own ability to create that is the bottleneck every single time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed this episode. What are we going to do after this one?
Small talks on...
What do we want to do?
What do we feel?
I don't know, man.
Hold on. Let's think for a second.
Okay. What do you guys want? If we could hear you right now, that would help.
That would help.
You know what I mean?
Maybe what we do is go in the Hyperconscious Nation and ask.
That's what we're going to do.
That's what we're going to do?
All right, so if you're in the Hyperconscious Nation, prepare yourself because we are going to ask you what you want to hear a Small Talks episode on. I think we should do a Scratching the Surface on relationships.
I like it.
Coming up in the very near future.
I do too. Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, ladies and gents, we are going to check in with you in Hyperconscious Nation. If you want to tell us what you want to hear and you're not in Hyperconscious Nation as Alan...
DM myself or Kevin.
You could DM us or you could...
Join Hyperconscious Nation.
You could join Hyperconscious Nation as well. Either or will suffice. We hope you enjoyed this and we will talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for listening to another episode of the Hyperconscious Podcast.
Going hyperconscious will absolutely change your life because if you understand why something is the way it is, now you have the power to change it. If you going hyperconscious with us has changed your life in any way, please share this episode with one of your friends because the more people that go hyperconscious, the better this world's going to be for everybody.
And if you would kindly leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, that would help us make more people hyperconscious, and we would be greatly appreciative.
Thank you.
Bye.